Go laugh in the places you've cried. Welcome, and I'm so glad that you're here. Here we talk about personal development, relationships, and mental health, just to name a few. My name is Carmen, a registered counsellor who is passionate about coming alongside people. This podcast is designed to create a discussion and bring awareness, with each episode encouraging, equipping, and empowering you to live your best life. Let's get started. Hello, how are you? I hope you've been keeping well. As you may have already gathered, I celebrate pretty much everything I can because I don't want to take anything for granted. On Monday, I celebrated 4 years of private practice. I'm most grateful for every year that passes. So I want to take this moment to say thank you for allowing me to come alongside you. On the topic of celebration, when was the last time you celebrated you? It's so easy to jump from one thing to another without reflecting on what it took to get there in the first place. Celebrating can honour the journey, effort and persistence required, and you are worth celebrating. In this week's episode, we talk about changing our narrative. While we can't undo the past, we can change the meaning or the narrative of it. By changing the narrative of our past, we start to change the narrative of our present and our future also. The process does not deny the narrative. It removes the full stop. If we are unaware of our narrative, it will go unchecked. And if our narrative goes unchecked, the chances are we see the world and ourselves through our default lens, whatever that might be. So here's an example. If we have experienced setbacks, we might fall into seeing ourselves as a failure. And everything that doesn't go to plan reinforces that belief that I am a failure. On a side note, I'm still yet to meet someone who has never experienced a setback, and I will use this example to explain the concept further. Firstly, if we understand that setbacks are a part of life, we remove unrealistic expectations, perhaps the very thing that sets us up to fail. Secondly, what we do is separate from who we are. Our identity is not based on our doing, but instead on our being. In being, we are valuable, lovable, unique, and all the like. Behaviour is what we do and can be modified. Thirdly, give our stories the room to evolve. Make room for new beginnings. Take the lessons learnt and build upon previous chapters. Easier said than done? Yes, because it takes work to choose the story we tell and the very themes that define the narrative. So, an example of how the narrative can go is, I've had a go, I've had a few setbacks, and I'm no good. So why should I even bother? I might as well give up. I am such a failure. Verse, I've had a go, I've had a few setbacks, I've learnt a thing or two and did my best. I may try again or choose to try something different. Either way, I am capable of having a go. Going back to this episode's opening quote, "Go laugh in the places you've cried," is a process, and with process, it takes time. If you choose to go to those places where you've once cried, do so when you feel ready and in the company of those who can support you well. On a finishing note, and as a reminder, the process does not deny the narrative, it removes the full stop. So until next time, keep safe and take care. So that's it for today's episode. As always, I'm grateful for the opportunity to come alongside you. If you know someone who might benefit from hearing this episode, why not share it with them? Don't want to miss an episode? You can subscribe to the podcast, and if you are listening via Apple Podcast, I would be most grateful if you would leave a review. For more content, head over to carmendebono.com.au, and I look forward to coming alongside you again on the first Wednesday of the month.